The purpose of this road trip was to document some of the churches and ministry programs that we'd support. To film a video series on Mongolia, you have to get into their shoes and experience the things that they've experienced, even if it's only for a short time. To understand the challenges here and to communicate that to people at home, you need to have gone through some of them yourself.
Monk Regal's just assessing the odds here. They don't look favourable.
800 years ago, Genghis Khan and his Mongolian hordes swept across Central Asia and Europe and established what would become the most extensive empire that the world had ever known. And it was here, on this plain below us, that Karakorum, the ancient capital of the Mongol Empire, was built.
Say cheese!
When you're travelling for up to 19 hours a day and there are no roads or directions, you tend to pray more and to seek God more. Often, we would need to make a judgment on which pass would be the safest to cross, or where a river could be forded. And in those situations, you're forced to commit the outcome to God and to trust that He will see you through. But you're aware that your plans may all come to nothing, and you have to trust in that as well.
This bar right here is sheared straight off. That should connect all the way across.
We're desperately trying to fix it. It's very, very cold, but minus 20, something below minus 20, I think. As you can see behind me, we have a fire going. We made that fire out of cow dung, so we've just been walking around picking up bits of old poo and wood.
We were forced back to a nearby village, where we found a welder who helped us rebuild our suspension through the night. Afterwards, Bill and Bugulai shared the gospel with the welder's family. There are no churches in this village, and there may not even be any other believers within 100 miles. But late that night, the welder's daughter decided to accept Christ. God had started the chain of events that led us here days before. And although at the time we thought that all our plans had failed, and that we wouldn't be able to reach the north, God had an entirely different purpose in mind. What if the entire journey, the whole 14 days and all 5,000 kilometers, had really just been for that one girl? When we arrived into Ulaanbaatar, it was like entering a completely different world, with traffic jams, shopping malls and universities. Instead of reaching herders and nomads, you're reaching university students, a growing middle class, and homeless people who live in tunnels and sewers.
Change, continuity, rapid development and nostalgia for the old ways. These are the hallmarks of today's Mongolia, and this is the context into which we take the gospel. What does church look like among nomads? How can new believers grow when they're so isolated from churches and sometimes even any other believers? And how can the new urban churches seek to reach their own? It's a challenge, for sure. But Jesus said in Matthew, "On this rock I will build my church, not on physical bricks nor buildings, but on this confession, that you are the Christ, the Son of the living God."
Иисус эзэн Есүс бол эзэн.
Есүс бол эзэн.
Есүс миний эзэн.
Иесус бол эзэн.
Есүс миний эзэн.
Есүс бол эзэн.